Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme, where I'm proving that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother. This video I'm going to show you right here, to me, it's like such massive hardcore proof. I really, the people, I have to say to you that, you know, I'm saddened by your responses. Because if you guys can't see this, this is just simple as it can be. I am flat out making this statement. I'm going to make this video here. If you can't see that I have something, that what I'm talking about might be real, if you can't see it, the reasons is because you're either really, really stupid or you were brought up as a slave. And when I mean the slave, I mean really. Like there's people actually out there that put things around you to control your thought process and the way you act and react. Everything, all of your responses are formed by them, by all of the entertainment and the educational system. Every single thing that you've been exposed to has been controlled by them. That controls your mind, which makes you a modern slave. It's a mental slavery. Why do they got to put you in chains when you'll just do what they tell you, when you'll just do what they want anyways? If they say this is what things need to be, this is how it's got to be, then if you just follow their orders, well, then you're a slave. Why do they got to beat you? You know, why would you do that to somebody? You don't want to beat somebody. If you beat somebody, you're creating an oppositional force and somebody who's anger towards you. But if you caress them and you give them love and you treat them kind and you tell them you're good and you're part of us, well then that person now, instead of hating you, that person likes you. And now they think you're their friend and they'll fight for you. You got a slave that is a much better form of a slave. That's what modern people are. You're modern slaves. And what I keep saying is, wouldn't you want to know? I'm telling you, I have understood this stuff and I've stepped past it. And I'm out of that slavery thing. And don't you want to know? Wouldn't you? I know you would want to know. That's all there is to it. I know that if you're actually a slave, you would want to know. And that's why I say this stuff, and it sounds crazy. It might sound crazy to you. But I know the reality is that you're not going to be able to do this on your own. Nobody's explaining to you. So my part is being who I am and the person I am. My part of trying to help you is trying to get you to help yourself. It's all about getting you to see things on your own, making you a better person, making you better. And that's all I could do. So anyways, this is the hardcore stuff. So this is Diana Ross on the Merv Griffin Show, 1970. She's going to be singing Ain't No Mountain High Enough later. And so I've played this clip a little bit. I've shown where she says, there's Michael, that's my child in the audience. But I just got recently there's this guy named Ian Phillips. And I've dealt with this guy for years in the past. I've actually been around doing this Michael Jackson stuff a lot longer than any of you people actually understand. So one of the peoples I've dealt with over the years is this guy named Ian Phillips. I believe he wrote a book about Diana Ross called The Queen of Motown. He gave her some label like that. And he wrote a book. I know he wrote a book about her, about Diana Ross. And I think that he's even big in maybe her fan club, something. This Ian Phillips guy. So just the other day I saw that Ian Phillips, his page started being very active on downloading Diana Ross videos. And so I started going through it. He's got all kinds of good stuff in there. So it's like, I thank you, Ian Phillips, for putting the videos there. That's the kind of stuff I do need the fans to do. One of the things I give the fans, the more stuff that you guys put there, the more I'm going to have available to show my stuff. So I got this whole clip I got off of Ian Phillips. Now I've talked to this guy before and he denounces me just like everybody do. They think I'm crazy, they think I'm stupid, but they will not even come and deal with any of the reality of what I'm showing them because they're like slaves. And it's hard for me to deal with slaves. So anyways, I'm going to prove to you right here, you're going to see the real stuff. If you can't see after this that Diana Ross is Michael's mom, you've got problems. Okay, so watch the first clip here.
Ross, I love them. We have one of them in the audience here with us.
Where?
We have Michael Jackson somewhere out there. Is he out there? Where is he? There he is. That's my child.
Hey.
That's Michael.
Okay, so first, that Michael's here alone, and I need to tell the other part of the story is that I keep saying that when the Jacksons moved to Los Angeles, they lived with Diana Ross. They were living with Diana Ross. And then Michael Jackson, in his book Moonwalk, what Michael Jackson says is that when they lived with Diana Ross, him and her alone would go out over a period of a year and a half alone, and they would spend together, time alone together. And so why did that happen so instantly? Why does she pull him out? What is this stuff going on? And then when you actually start looking at what actually else is going on at the time, look at what she's actually doing with him. Right here. Boom, there's my child. It's called hiding in plain sight. Nobody could see it. Just like here, I'm telling you guys and you can't see it. Okay, so when what they were doing and stuff, nobody could see it. You know, it's they could just go out, and she was doing this. She was smart enough to know how stupid the public was. That's actually what it is. Diana Ross had been an entertainer and been around for so long now that she was smart enough to know how stupid the public is and that they're slaves. Because if she didn't know that you were slaves and that stupid, would she do this? Would she be this blatant? Jesus Christ. Now watch this. That's the thing about this video. There was a lot more to it. There was more to it.
You know, Merv,
Don't you know anybody? You can get a better seat?
he's been incognito.
Oh.
You know, they made me work hard because I want to be something. I mean, I am. Michael has always been like a son or a brother or something to me, and they admire me sort of like. So I try very hard to keep up such an image for them. And when I do a show like this, they usually sneak Michael in. I really didn't know he was going to be here. I heard about it, and I was hoping that he was here because it makes me a little bit stronger because I'm doing it basically for him.
It's just like, oh my God, did you hear the mother just spill the beans? What the hell was she talking about there? Jesus Christ, first she says, okay, the reason I do all this is because, like, you know, Michael's he's like a son. And then she has to say, or a brother, because she has to say something. She, you know, even though she's confession, she's like, you can see her like diverting too. It's so blatantly obvious when you actually know what's going on. And then she says, oh, they try and sneak him in here for me, you know. Who's trying to sneak him? Why him? What? And then this is 1970. Remember, their relationship has just started. Look at the way she talks about him. You can tell that she's the mom. There's no way she would be speaking and having this kind of passion for Michael. There's no way. This is 1970. Why is he sitting there alone? Why are they sneaking him in there? Why is she calling him my child? Then she calls him my son. Says I do everything for him. Then she says, the reason I work so hard is for him. What? What's she talking about? You people, it's like, when you watch this stuff, and the stuff's like, okay, I can understand in the past people, it was a show, it happened, boom, it moved on, boom, okay? But now, this is in your face, and I am making you deal with it. Did you just see what just happened? And then, there's even more to it. There's even a kicker. Watch this. And now remember, she's singing Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And if you know the history, like you could think about the one time when she comes and sits down on Michael's lap when he's an adult and she sings Ain't No Mountain High Enough. There's such the massive history. And with that song, when you think about that song, when you think about the history with them was as adults, and the one time when she comes and sits on his lap at that performance while she's singing this, think about this now. She's singing here. Michael's in the audience, okay? Now, and then read the words. Now, she didn't write the words to Ain't No Mountain High Enough. I don't know if she actually helped those people, whatever. But she didn't write it. But when you hear the words, it's like, Jesus Christ. But she is singing, when she does this, what I'm going to show you, it's a thing that's like, it crosses the line. Now she didn't write the words. If she wrote the words or Smokey, it'd be a different thing, but they didn't. But since they didn't, she's singing it, and you could say, oh, well, she's just singing a song. And I'd say, yeah, but this is the kind of song she's singing, like directly to Michael. She was singing, telling him, ain't no mountain high enough. And when I say that, here's the proof, real proof of what she did, that she was singing this to Michael, and that this was all about Michael. Now listen to this really close. Actually, I'm going to tell you what happens. She starts to sing, and then she starts to sing, she's singing Ain't No Mountain High Enough, and then she says, just call my name and I'll be there, okay? Because Michael, this is 1970, Michael would have just recorded that song, okay? That's what's going on. And when she does that, that's a big deal. Listen to this. Do you see that? Because Michael's sitting right there. So she's singing the Ain't No Mountain High Enough, and then she switched it for just a second. Now, this is one of those things I'm saying. It's like, look how subtle that was, what she did right there. But now as we look back on history and I analyze it, look at what she was saying. Then she does the performance of Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And at the end of it, while Michael's sitting right there, just call my name, I'll be there. While Michael has just recorded that song. Imagine what that did to Michael. That's why when people talk about Michael talking about loving Diana Ross and stuff, this is what she was doing to him. What would that have done to that kid? He's sitting there alone. Where's the Jacksons? Where's his mother? Where's his father? Oh, there's his mother. Oh, that's what's really going on. Listen to the words and look at you can see in her when she's saying, I do it all for him. Michael when he came there and lived with her, she's on him and she is nurturing him and giving him attention that was weird. And it's Diana Ross doing it. And they're big stars. That's how Michael developed into being the person he is. The person he was, which led him to being a drug addict and being dead. These are the facts of the case, Your Honor.